Saturday, 22nd of June 2002, just after 11 p.m. local time in Osaka, Colombian referee Oscar Ruiz blows his whistle to end a cagey 90 minutes between Turkey and Senegal in the World Cup quarter-finals. Neither side has been able to make a breakthrough. Senegal are a golden goal away from doing what no other African side has done before: make a World Cup semi-final. To begin this story, we must go back to the year 2000, with enigmatic Frenchman Bruno Metsu, who was brought in to rejuvenate the Senegalese national team and guide them to the World Cup 2002 in Korea and Japan. However, qualification for Senegal would be far from straightforward, after just managing to qualify by beating Namibia 5-0 on the final day. History was made for Senegal. They did the unthinkable and topped a group with two of the best teams in Africa in Egypt and Morocco, and were headed for Korea and Japan in 11 months' time. El Hadji Diouf was a key player for Senegal, scoring 8 of their 14 goals in qualifying, and would go on to win African Player of the Year that year. Let's fast forward to December 2001 for the World Cup draw. Again, Senegal would not be handed a favourable draw. They would face World Cup and European Championship holders France, a Uruguay side featuring the Mikiro Alvaro Recoba, and a Denmark side featuring a host of Premier League players, as well as John Dahl Tomarsson, who'd just led Feyenoord to glory in the 2002 UEFA Cup. Senegal, unsurprisingly, were expected to finish bottom of the group coming into the tournament, as 300-1 outsiders. Not quite Leicester City, but still not favourable odds. Their route to the first game, however, was not an easy one. 5 days before their first game against champions France, the Senegalese side were embroiled in a rather odd scandal. Kalilou Fadiga and future Liverpool signings Salif Diao and El Hadji Diouf were in a jewellery shop in Daegu. Diouf dared Fadiga to steal a necklace. Later that day, on the bus to training, Fadiga pulled out that very same 18-carat necklace, to the shock of his teammates. A little while later, Korean police stormed the Senegal training camp, and it was the biggest headline in Korea and also in world news. Bruno Metsu, being a great man manager, used it as motivation for the Senegalese players, telling them the only way to get the story to disappear was beating France in the opener. He said, "If you want to save your friend, you have to win this game." Let's fast forward. Friday, 31st of May 2002. France and Senegal contested the opener of the 2002 World Cup in Seoul. Many expected France just to cruise to victory. Despite the absence of Zinedine Zidane, France boasted quality all over the pitch. Thierry Henry, Marcel Desailly, David Trezeguet, Patrick Vieira, to name but a few. The game always felt like a derby. 21 of Senegal's 23-man squad plied their trade in French football, and Salif Diao told The Independent that they embraced the France B team tag that they had been given. However, the star of the show on this day was Senegal's El Hadji Diouf, reported to have agreed a transfer with Liverpool. The pacey striker terrorised Desailly and created the only goal of the game, scored by Papa Bouba Diop. Yes, Trezeguet and Henry hit the woodwork, but captain Aliou Cissé and goalkeeper Tony Silva starred at the back, and Senegal held on for a famous victory. perhaps the greatest shock in World Cup history. Moving on, the second game against Denmark in Ulsan. Denmark had won their first game against Uruguay, courtesy of, you guessed it, a Thomason brace, meaning the winner of this game would qualify from the group. Temperatures were high in Ulsan, and it made things difficult for the Danes. But an early penalty from Thomason saw them leading at half-time. Salif Diao equalised just after half-time to make amends for giving away the penalty. It was about to get worse for the future Liverpool midfielder. Diao was sent off for a horrific tackle on Rennie Henriksen, meaning he'd missed the crucial final game against Uruguay. Finally, the third game against Uruguay. They'd recently drawn 0-0 with France in Busan. Senegal knew they needed a point to progress to the last 16, and they did so after racing into a controversial 3-0 lead in the first half. However, it wasn't easy. Despite Diouf winning a penalty, rounding the goalkeeper and going down with seemingly no contact, and Papa Bouba Diop then doubling Senegal's lead before scoring another, Senegal's third of the game, although he was a good yard offside at the time, it looked like Metsu's men were cruising to the last 16. But Uruguay roared back, scoring 20 seconds into the second half before Forlan's stunning volley made it 3-2 after 70 minutes. Uruguay hammered at the Senegalese goal for the next 20 minutes. Inter's Alvaro Rucoba equalised from the spot in the 88th minute. All that meant was one more goal and Uruguay would go through at Senegal's expense. However, somehow Senegal held on for a 3-3 draw and qualified to face shock winners of Group F, Sweden. Despite the shock, Sweden were no pushovers. They boasted several top players including Henrik Larsson, Olof Mellborg and some bloke called Zlatan Ibrahimovic. They'd already drawn with Argentina and England, as well as beating a very talented Nigeria side. During the game, Henrik Larsson gave the Swedes an early lead with his third goal of the tournament. But, again, showing their resilience, Senegal fought back. But it wasn't Diouf who would get all the plaudits. Not this time anyway. It was his strike partner, Henry Camara. Some of you remember he played for Wolves, Wigan and Celtic. Camara got the equaliser for Senegal just before half-time, before getting the golden goal in the 103rd minute. After the game, Bruno Metsu declared, "We are seeing the birth of a great team." Let's not forget though, the 2002 World Cup was truly the tournament of the underdogs, with South Korea, USA, Senegal and Turkey reaching the quarter-finals. Now, as we know, Senegal did meet Turkey in the next round, but it was a golden era for Turkey, featuring 2002 UEFA Goalkeeper of the Year, Resibar Rustu, also featuring Hassan Sass and Hakan Sakur. But despite the hype and build-up for the game, it was pretty dull and flat, with neither side deserving to progress. But 4 minutes into extra time, deep into the night in Osaka, Turkish substitute Ilhan Manzi scored the golden goal, ending Senegal's fairy tale story. After the game, Metsu praised his players, saying, "It gives us a lot of hope for the future and the development of football in our country and in Africa." But the success of 2002 left a legacy in Senegal, who now boast a whole host of players playing at top European clubs, including Edouard Mendy of Chelsea, Kalidou Koulibaly of Napoli, PSG's Idrissa Gueye, and of course Liverpool's Sadio Mane. Metsu became a living legend in Senegal, converting to Islam and marrying a local Muslim woman. Sadly, in 2013, Bruno Metsu passed away after a battle with cancer. But fittingly, he was buried in Senegal and his coffin draped with the Senegalese flag. What Senegal did in the 2002 World Cup will never be forgotten by the footballing world.